I think you try to cultivate that so what next pitch mentality and control what you can control. And I think it was disruptive last year. There's turmoil when you think about seniors. When we first heard things were ending early, that was the first point of anxiety was will I get a senior year, that kind of thing. And so there's a lot to be grateful for. NCAA with eligibility extensions allows us to spend more time with really some great kids in the program. In addition to that, NFC convention, I'm hearing coaches talk about how they haven't seen their kids. They've been off campus, until January. We've had a great fall season. We've been out on turf at South Hill Complex. We're together with our softball family. Our kids are lifting weights in the morning. So I feel like we've gotten better. I think we've made the most of our opportunities. And there's just a lot to appreciate about the opportunities we have here that many programs don't have. So I think we've got it pretty good. I think the tough thing for us was just not having that full season of 60 plus games to assess and look back and kind of measure. We have some statistics and that kind of thing from last year, but I really feel like we're getting to the point now where we've actually had the full year of participation where you can really get to know your kids, not just mechanically, but just getting to know them more. So seeing how they respond to different situations, competitive situations in practice, pressure, etc. So I feel like, really this last month, things are kind of rounding into form. Thrilled with the way we're practicing right now, just the speed. We look stronger, we're playing faster, we look more confident, and I feel like in some ways, that's what I was hoping to see in the spring. We didn't, get those extra 2 months, but I feel really good about where we are now. Yeah, I mean, it's, there are a lot. I think starting with Zoya, I'm really pleased with the hard work she's done, just, in terms of conditioning and core stability, things like that. I'm excited about how that's going to play out in her season. Other returners, I've got kids like Lenora Watson, had a concussion, was out. We didn't get to see a lot of her in games, and she's healthy now. I think Julia Sushin's back for another year, and that's a blessing. Just a great kid, a really gritty kid. It's just be fun to see her put a whole year together. And that's, Maggie Mercer, Kira Schwalik, Isis, just a number of players that, Jamie Odlum, where we were starting to see what they were capable of, and now you just get more time. And on a simple level, just more time with the kids is really what it's all about. Yeah, I think, starting the circle, Trinity Valentine, injects talent right away in our pitching staff. Just has great poise, really just a fun kid to watch. Just a kind of quiet confidence that is infectious. So that's a big addition for us. In addition to that, we've got a number of kids that are, I think, primed to make a jump, whether they've added layers or elements to their game or whether they're just physically different from off-season work, etc. I think a number of kids are going to step up this year.
I think just the moral of all of it is just going with your process in life and really trusting in it and learning every step of the way, whether you're on the field, off the field. The year I took off was a big learning year for me to just expand all horizons with the community, with the youth softball, and just overall brought more growth for myself as an individual. Coming back, it was amazing to be with the girls again, and really was awesome to see how much they've developed over the year, and was awesome to get back into it. It sucks that the season was cut short. We were set up to be pretty great and do some big things, but if anything, that lit some fire. And again, just trusting that process and trusting what we do, our abilities, and how much work we put in, it all pays off in the end. I'd say just always be open to learning. We're all experiencing new things every day, and we're never just set in one way. Like, there's always something we could learn from, something we could do better, something we could add to, improve on. Like, I think with having that type of growth mindset, it really sets you up for more success as time goes on. And as you stated earlier, like, I am a little bit more older than the girls, but if anything, I still learn just as much from them as they do from me. I'd say just mechanically with like my defense, we work a lot, do a lot of reps, a lot of running, but really focusing in on what's the most efficient and effective way to get the ball in. And then outside of that, just a lot of offense too. Focus on a lot of hitting mechanics, approaches to the plate, and honestly seeing a lot of live and machine at bats, and just really getting into that zone of like treating them as real at bats. As we haven't seen a lot of opponent live pitching, but we still do our job to get in as much as we can. I think right off the bat, like just because we're in the same like position of practice, like Kira Schwalik definitely stepped it up as a leader this year. Maggie Mercer, Jamie Odlum, Zoya Robbins, like all of them have made such big strides over the last few months with working with them, and it's awesome to see. Very proud of them to see them really step into their leadership roles and run with it and be a good example for the young girls. I'd say all across the board though, like they can bring it. Doesn't matter if you're a freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, fifth year senior, they all bring it.
Yeah, so for me personally, last season was a big milestone for me because season before I didn't have a very good season, and coming back I was just ready to have fun and be with my girls again. And so once I finally got that, I was so excited to have a full season with them. And with it being cut short so unexpectedly, we were just super sad and super bummed out. But looking like forward, we would like FaceTime with everybody and make sure everybody's still sticking up to their work. And even now, even the uncertainties now, we still continue to work harder than our other opponents. Personally, for my progress, I would work on my barrel turn and just my hitting mechanisms, because for me, I get super anxious in the box and I feel like I lose all of them. So I've been working on really working my barrel turn and my eye focus on the ball and just like staying loose and having fun. The one that I see the most is Brooklyn Morrison. She is just all-around stud, plays third base, shortstop, can catch, do it all. And she's very confident in the box too. That's what I've seen, and I see her growing so much with these 4 years here at Minot State.